What's up, guys? Monetary Recap back at it again with another video, and just wanted to go over it again. Our Discord, this is our we paid a lot of money for these bots for you guys, and it's free to use. All you have to do is join our Discord. It will be in our description. These have a lot of paid calls and massive option flow volumes. There's a lot of commands that you can input to see the specific stock. If the tweets aren't about the current stock that you're interested in, you can come ask us for trading help. And if you're confused about how options work, how spreads work, how butterflies, iron condors, it'll be a very friendly community, and almost like a personal stockbroker, but not in that sense. Just that you can ask us questions in an educational format. So more like a stock professor. Yeah, I think that's a better word. But today we want to be going over the S&P 500, and so it's been very obvious that the bull run ended. And it's been ended for a while now. It ended back in January, so for 4 months, almost 5 months now, we've been down. And so on the 6 months, we are down 5%, almost 6% now. On the 3 month, we're down 1.37%, and on the 1 month, we're down 5.34%, and in the last 5 days alone, we're down 3.65% of that. All right, so the S&P clearly reflects that on the chart. But so some digestible information here is, I think that if we go on this 1 hour, it looks a lot more bullish, because we saw kind of like a dead cat bounce. The RSI really bottomed out at 10, and it still went down to 4.18. So it did a $10 move, which if you were day trading, you could have avoided all the hurt of the day, and you were patient enough, you would have been able to see. I think even on the 30-minute, you would have probably seen it. Yeah, it took a little bit. I think on the 2 hour, you would have seen it on the later candle, so like on the 2 hour, but it would have been too late then already. So it's kind of hard to time these things, but you got to look at the shorter time ranges. But then also you should always zoom out, because when you look on the daily, like we're oversold. Like we're on the bottom range of the stock RSI. The MACD is red. The weekly RSI is oversold. So I mean, this is the S&P we're talking about. This isn't some kind of cryptocurrency. This isn't Bitcoin. This isn't Ethereum. This is like where your grandparents put their IRA money. Like, this is the stock market 101 for people who don't know how to invest. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. But when it hurts like this, it hurts the economy. We were at 450 like 4 days ago, and now we're at 418. I mean, this is insane. That hike rate, that being announced, inflation and everything like that, I think it even translated into the cryptocurrency market, because nothing is running. There's not a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of dips to be seen and be had, but we dip and it's so hard to crawl back up. We're struggling here. If we go on the 1 day, right, we're struggling here. I mean, if we don't sustain this, I mean, it's still bullish right now, 416, 418, but man, we're cutting it close here. And then, I mean, this is S&P, so there was a little bit of a divergence here. We had an absolute low here. We made a new lower low for price, and then we made a higher RSI low, which indicates that it's getting oversold. And then, we were continuing with these higher lows on the RSI until we peaked, and then now we've just made lower highs. And we're going to make a lower low almost if we keep continuing. Hopefully tomorrow we might see a bounce, but the issue is, if you go on the hourly, we're overbought. Like on the stock RSI, this is usually a good indicator of the top. Like, look at where it was when we topped out at 450. We're topping out here 428, so we could go down lower. Like we're not out of the bushfire yet. I think there's a lot of pain to be seen. And the VIX is at $28. It was at $30. I've been looking at this for a while, and if you were in our paid group, which we're still working on, I had mentioned that VIX calls, and if you were able to get any exposure to the VIX, you could have played some bearish ETFs that inverse the SPY, leverage and non-leverage. You could have made a very, very substantial amount of money since even the start of April, since February. Pretty safe to say that. I didn't really mention it until around March, but it was pretty clear, I think, before I think anyone even seen it in January when tensions were starting to build up. I mean, we saw a massive troop increase, and I had been listening to a lot of these podcasts trying to figure out, like, what is Putin's end game? And so I think everyone got it wrong, and me included, but partially I did get it right because I was expecting that we were going to break out into war because it was his final move. He was backed into a corner, and he couldn't negotiate anymore, and there's no backing down for Russia. But back to the entire market as a whole, the last recap I want to give everyone is that I think that it's a bump in the road. This is the S&P 500. This is where most of America parks their money, if not VU or VTI. So these are a lot of discounts for really good stocks. If you see your favorite stock like AMD, which we'll be doing a follow-up video up very soon, it will be our next upload. It is hitting our buy price, and it is triggering our buy orders. It may bounce off 85. It's very possible. Earnings are coming up, so it's very important. There's almost 160 S&P 500 companies reporting in the next week, so hold on to your buckets, boys, and watch out when you're buying calls. All right, this has been Monetary Recap, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure you check out our Discord, like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been Jake from Monetary Recap. Hope you enjoy it.